Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that, I've been doing fine.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, like football rivalry games. Forget the stats, forget the records, forget who's hot, forget who's cold this season. When these teams meet, it's personal. It's history, it's pride, it's every fan in the stands, every alumni at the bar, every player on the field pouring their hearts and soul into every single play. Rivalry games just aren't games. They're battles, they define careers, they define seasons, and they define legacies. Think about it. The tension is so thick you can cut it with a knife. Every snap, every tackle, every touchdown, every carry, 10 times the weight. The stadium is alive. The community is alive. They're vibrant with the energy. The fans are screaming, cheers, and sometimes even crying. They lose their voice, and it just isn't an opinion because the game demands everything from you. Wins are just not victories. They're bragging rights that can be worn like badge of honor for years to come. Losses, they sting for months, even years, even decades. They fuel the fire for the next matchup, the next season, the next generation of fans. And it's just not about the players. Rivalries bring out the best and worst in everyone. Coaches calling daring plays, the fans talking trash, the media hyping up every little detail. It's chaos and excitement. It's drama. Every football is meant to be. Rivalry games turn heroes into legends and legends into myths. They are why we love this game. This is why we watch the game, why we scream, why we live for every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever football's on. We love it. It gets in our skin. It gets in our soul. It comes out of our mouths. So buckle up, guys, because when these football rivalries collide, it's more than just football. It's war, baby. And once the whistle blows, there's no turning back. Welcome to Friday Night Football Live. Cue that intro. Are you guys ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour, guys. Head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section. And, of course, hit the subscribe button down below because sharing is caring at the end of the day. I messed that all the time, so guys. So, guys, welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk. I'm so glad you're with us today with your live, raw, uncut NFL talk. But, I messed up the intro show. It is what it is. Guys, it is Thursday. This is the last day of the week. We are no longer doing Friday shows, but we're doing Saturday night preview shows. So if you love to preview the NFL, this Saturday, we are still going to try to do a pre-game preview show, right? Try to iron out some details for week 1 NFL season, but it is week 1 of NFL or high school football season, and my boys are ready to do battle with the West Washington Sinners. Those losers are from across the county. We about to put some fists in their faces. It's going to be a great time. But guys, before we get too carried today's show, we got to welcome some people in the chat. We got to welcome some people in the chat. We got the man, the myth, the legend herself. Sadie Joyceland's in the chat. What's up, Sadie? What's going on? She says, good evening, coming to you from Foley Beach, South Carolina. Ooh, love you some South Carolina. What's good, Sadie? What's good? What's going? We got my man Alpha Rob in the chat today. What is good, Alpha Rob? Peace, love, and sex and roll, baby. Here we go. And then we got Old Man Rivers in the chat. Old Man Rivers a picture and punt it.
Skin pun. Get you some.
Guys, be like Old Man River. Hit the subscribe button down below. $4.99 a month, guys. Get you free entry to all of our weekly NFL pick'ems. We're giving away $100 each and every week. So some free $1 bills, y'all. We got the hats getting ready to ship out probably with the next couple weeks or so. I think it takes 7 days to make or whatever. Once they're made, we'll get them shipped out. You get free merchandise every quarter. The afternoon drive, you get a lot of extra stuff, a lot of extra perks to becoming a pigskin pundit. So be like Old Man River, because then you're like Old Man River. You can say stuff like this: the Chiefs still suck.
Pigskin pun.
He can say that because he's a pigskin pundit. And when he does say that, it does get under my skin a little bit. Because as you guys can see, Chiefs Kingdom right there. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit of Chiefs Kingdom there. Hell, I got a conference championship hat right here. I just took off my head to put on the Black Musketeers because we're blue and black out on Friday. Oh, but you know what, Old Man River? Why do the Chiefs suck? Seriously, why do the Chiefs suck? Do they suck because they beat the Raiders week after week, year after year? Do they suck because they just say, come here, baby back bitches, and they smack that ass? Is that why the Kansas City Chiefs truly suck? Because, like, at this point, I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Why do the Kansas City Chiefs suck? Is it because of Tay-Tay? You don't like to shake it off, Old Man River? Are you mad because Patrick Mahomes is your daddy? I'm just giving you guys shit. But we do got a great show for our lined up today, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about Josh Allen. We're going to talk a little bit about Lamar Jackson, both getting injured and sitting out. Then we got the coaching hot seat. We got 5 coaches that I think is on the hot seat going into 2025 NFL season. They got a lot to prove this season. And then we're going to end the show with a little bit of fact or a little bit of crap. So let's go ahead and start off the top of the show. And let's start with the one and only Josh Allen, Mr. MVP himself. Guys, for the first time in Josh Allen's NFL career, he will not play a single snap this preseason. Not one, not two, not even a series. And while Sean McDermott says it's all about protecting his MVP quarterback, we have to ask, is this the right call? What happens if the Buffalo Bills start slow? What happens if the Buffalo Bills don't make it far in January? What if? Is sitting Josh Allen all preseason long the right call? Guys, let's think about this. Coach Sean McDermott announced Thursday that Josh Allen won't be suiting up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the preseason finale. He did not play the first two games either. McDermott says Josh Allen's on schedule, looks good, and has been sharp in practices, including joint practices with the Chicago Bears. Who doesn't look good against the Chicago Bears? I'm just saying. Josh Allen is coming off his best season to date. An MVP year with a career low in turnovers, only 8. Only been sacked 14 times last season, and this move brings both positive and potential problems. The pros of sitting Josh Allen. It's health above all, right? The Buffalo Bills can make it to the Super Bowl, can win the Super Bowl if Josh Allen is healthy. 100% all season long. So the Bills are protecting their biggest asset for unnecessary hits before week 1. Smart move, right? Secondly, they're obviously confident in their veteran leadership. They're confident that Josh Allen has 8 years under his belt. He don't need no damn preseason reps to know the system. Facts on facts. And then when you don't play Josh Allen, you focus on the depth at the quarterback spot. It gives younger players more game reps to evaluate the roster and depth and build for the future. What happens if Josh Allen does miss a game or two? You know what's coming up. But when there's pros, there is always cons. And the cons of sitting Josh Allen is honestly, guys, the rust factor. Right? Game speed is different from practice speed, whether you want to admit it or not. Joint practices or not. Game speed is different from practice speed. Timing with receivers and the line and the defense, it can all be true. It just be a tick off a little bit early. The offensive chemistry, right? Obviously, new pieces, the subtle scheme changes, give live reps to gel. It just takes time. It takes game reps for you to like gel, right? And think about this. What if the Bills do start slow? What if they lose week 1 to the Baltimore Ravens? What if they go 0-2 or 0-3? All eyes will point to the decision of resting Josh Allen. You signed up because of this, and now we're losing, right? It's the whole Cincinnati Bengals effect. A rumor is, air quotes there, that Cincinnati Bengals start 0-2 every year underneath Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow didn't play the preseason. Now, all of a sudden, Joe Burrow is playing the preseason. I don't know. So, guys, the big question is, what if the Bills start 0-2? What if the offense struggles out of the gate? The fan base, the media, they're going to circle back to this decision and say, well, Josh Allen needs live reps. You can't go into the season cold, they say. And while Sean McDermott says Allen is at a good spot, good in practice doesn't always equal to good under the live fire situations. Alpha Rob, you know all about that. No rubber bullets, real bullets. So my thoughts, my take, my opinions on this situation, I get it. Protecting your franchise quarterback makes all the sense. But if Buffalo comes out flat, Sean McDermott will have to wear this one right on the chin. No excuses. If you rest him, you're saying we don't need it. He doesn't need it. He's fine. But if he looks rusty, the criticisms will be loud. But what do you guys think? Is sitting Josh Allen a smart move, or is it setting up the Buffalo Bills for a slow start and a season of second guessing? Guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, and now Saturdays at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below and let's talk about it. What are you guys saying? Alpha Rob says, yeah. Yeah, Buck. He knows the offense and practice during the week. So what are you concerned about? Real bullets. That's what I'm concerned about. Real life bullets. But Alpha Rob, you're probably right. Alpha Rob also says he just needs a half of a football to shake off the rust. Half a football to shake off the rust. If that's true, a half of football versus the Baltimore Ravens, you could be down 30 points. Let's just be honest. You could be down 20 points. Hell, you could be winning if the Ravens offense sucks too. Because we're going to talk about Lamar Jackson coming up, skipping practice. But we'll see. Half of football, yeah, whatever. Old Man River says Allen is the franchise. It is a smart move.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
As I agree with you, Old Man River, I'm going to disagree with you as well. It's always a new year. I feel like you have to play some preseason. Whether it's a series, whether it's a quarter, you have to play some preseason. Sitting out 3 games when everybody else is getting live reps, getting real bullets thrown their way. It is tough to sit back and say, you know what? That's the right call. It is tough to sit back and say, you know what? This, and that. I'm just a talk show guy. I'm just Buck. My opinions don't matter until it comes Friday night. Then my opinions matter. But right now, it's all about you guys. It is all about you guys, and those are your comments and those are your thoughts. But let me know. Should Josh Allen play in the preseason next year? That's the question. But this next one up is for Ravens Nation, baby. Ravens Nation. You see the subtitle right there. You say injuries. You see Lamar Jackson right there. You see the word injuries. And I want you to push the panic button right off the bat. What, Lamar Jackson's injured? Let's slow it down, baby, right? Lamar Jackson just sent shockwaves through the whole training camp in Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens fans are going crazy right now, right? Yesterday, the 2-time MVP left practice early, what looked like a minor incident. Or was it? Today, he didn't practice at all. August 21st, 2025, no practice for Lamar Jackson. No. Is Baltimore Ravens hiding something, or is it simply just a cautionary move to protect their star quarterback? Guys, let's break it down exactly what happened. Why this could be a huge red flag heading into week 1, whether the Ravens are downplaying something bigger or they're letting on. So first things first, guys, what happened, right? What happened with Lamar Jackson? On Wednesday, yesterday, Lamar Jackson leaves practice 40 minutes early with medical staff after being stepped on. His foot got stepped on. He stayed to throw a couple passes, but appeared to be flexing his right wrist as well. Thursday, bada bing, bada boom, no Lamar Jackson, does not practice at all. The team, John Harbaugh, insists he is fine, calling it precautionary. But no quarterback sighting always gets people talking, especially when he hasn't played in preseason games since 2020. But why does this matter, Buck? Why does this matter? Well, it matters because the Baltimore Ravens opened the season just 17 games versus the Buffalo Bills. Lamar has been healthy since the end of 2022, but any sign of injury brings back memories of constantly losing him late games of the season like he has before. Lamar Jackson does have injury histories. Baltimore is built around Lamar Jackson. Flat out. He's built around Lamar. No Lamar, no Super Bowl run, no playoffs, no NFC North Championship. Let's just be honest. Now, I know a lot of people out there are hyping up this injury. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, look at Lamar. Baltimore Ravens are done. They're done. I'm not buying into the panic. I'm not buying into the hype. I'm not buying into anything. But if Lamar isn't back in practice within the next couple of days, this becomes more than just a camp footnote. The Ravens are an awkward step from one disaster. And with the AFC stacked, they cannot afford to start slow with lingering injuries, a.k.a. lose to the Buffalo Bills and get smacked around by the Buffalo Bills. But do you guys think the Ravens are downplaying this injury? Or is it just a smart veteran maintenance before week 1? Hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. Remember, this is a live interactive show Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. So let's talk about it. Let's jump into the comments. There we go. Boom. Sadie says, yes, they need to keep him healthy for the regular season. They'll need to keep pace with the Dolphins in that division title. She's talking about Josh Allen. That's tough, Sadie. That is tough. Alpha Rob says his foot gets stepped on and he's flexing his wrist. Great question. That's what the report said, Alpha Rob. I read it three or four times just to make sure I was reading it right. That is what the report said. I did not see his foot get stepped on, but yes, he stepped on his. They got stepped on his foot and he's flexing his wrist. It was weird, but whatever, right? CD says, although I do think the Bills will finish 11-6 this season. That's tough. Old Man River says a couple series to keep him sharp. Meaning who? Lamar? Are you guys still on Josh Allen? Ravens 76 B Moore says Lamar is fine. He just slow it down, baby. All right, Ravens fan 76. I'm assuming you were a 76-year-old man. So that puts you up in the 40-year-old range, right? Mid-40s. You have seen quarterbacks play. You have seen teams lose quarterbacks through your lifetime. So let's say Ravens 76 B Moore, that Lamar Jackson isn't fine. Let's say he hurt his wrist or his foot or whatever the injury is. Stepped on his foot, flexing his wrist. I don't know. They're hiding something at this point. Let's say he's not healthy. Let's say he is not healthy. How far can the Baltimore Ravens legitimately go without Lamar Jackson? Because if you want to flash back to 2022, was it 21 when he missed the last 7 games or 22? I can't remember. 21 or 22 when he did not play the last 7 games. Tyler Huntley came in, right? Oh, maybe the Ravens don't need Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's looking pretty good. But hell, he might be better than Lamar Jackson. Listen, I have been deemed a Lamar Jackson hater. I have been deemed a racist for calling Lamar Jackson overrated. But one thing Lamar Jackson does do is win in the regular season. One thing Lamar Jackson does do is put his team on his back in the regular season and wins big games. One thing Lamar Jackson does very, very well is he goes into hostile environments and he takes over that game in the regular season. If Lamar Jackson is not okay, the Ravens are a sub-500 team. If Lamar Jackson misses more than 5 games this season, the Baltimore Ravens are not winning the AFC North. If Lamar Jackson is not healthy by week 1, they're going to lose the first 3 or 4 games of the NFL season. But everybody's saying, I think Lamar Jackson will be okay. Now, listen, we still do have 17 days, right? We still have 2 full working weeks, or 2 weeks in general, right? Damn near a half month, 3 working weeks until we do play a NFL game, a meaningful NFL game. So, yes. Ravens, 76, he's 49. Well, happy 49th birthday. I mean, I know it's not your birthday, but let me be the first to wish you a 50th birthday. Happy 50th birthday, man. Old Man River says, I'm calling it now. Baltimore wins the division and Pittsburgh in the wild card. Whoa. Go out on a limb there, Old Man River.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Go out on that tree branch and jump on it, buddy, because that's a weak branch you're going out. Come on, man. Like, you act like this is breaking news, Old Man River. You act like not everybody and their dog is picking Baltimore to win that division. You're acting like everybody and their dog is not picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to be a wildcard team. Like, come on. Breaking news here. Oh, man. Alpha Rob says, if Jackson isn't healthy, they'll go blow Derrick Henry's tire early. Yeah, use him, abuse him, right? Derrick Henry is on that ledge over the hill, right, as a running back. So, yeah, definitely use him and abuse him. Hell, I would use him and abuse him anyways. Screw it. Sadie says, Steelers win the division and beat the Ravens week 18. And that game will be for the division title. Guys, Sadie is on one. This girl posted all of her win-loss records in our comments yesterday or 2 days ago. And these might be some of the most level-headed picks out there. Meaning, like, everybody's very, very tight. Everybody's around 11-7 wins. And it's just, you're probably right, Sadie. You're probably right. Ravens 78, B Moore says Lamar will win a Super Bowl. It took Peyton 8 seasons to win his first Super Bowl. Listen, if you want to talk about AFC Super Bowls, we can definitely talk about that. We will be talking about coaching hot seats coming up here momentarily. John Harbaugh, me personally, I think he is on the hot seat. It's time to shit or get off the pot. With that being said, as currently constructed, I do not think the Baltimore Ravens will win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. Meaning everything is on Lamar Jackson's shoulders. When they lose, it's Lamar Jackson. When they win, it's Lamar Jackson. When they play a bad game, it's because Lamar Jackson, right? Everything is dealt off of Lamar Jackson's hands. Now, granted, he is a quarterback. He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. That's the way it should be. But at the same time, as currently constructed, as currently calling plays, if the Baltimore Ravens defense could just win them a game or two, say Lamar Jackson has a bad game. He happens to throw 3 interceptions in a game. Happens to throw, 4 or 5. He just has one of those bad games. Every quarterback has those bad games. Lamar Jackson has them. Patrick Mahomes has them. Josh Allen. Everybody has those bad games. If the Ravens defense can step up and actually win a couple of those bad games, I would give you that they have Super Bowl aspirations. They can make it to the Super Bowl. But however, right now, as currently constructed, when Lamar Jackson plays bad, the whole team plays bad. When John Harbaugh calls bad plays, the whole team just sucks. Right? It's Lamar or nothing. That's what it comes. That is the problem with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, if they could branch out a little bit, make Lamar Jackson just a little bit more of a game manager. I'm not saying take away his ability to make those big plays, stretch it, do whatever, right? But if they can just do just a little bit, just a little bit. Say, hey, Lamar Jackson, you don't got to win this game. Let this defense win the game. Then just maybe they could go to the Super Bowl. Then just maybe they could actually be legitimate Super Bowl contenders, because right now they are on the outside looking in. Right now, they are never going to be the bride. They're always going to be the bridesmaid. Hell, they're not even going to be the bridesmaid or maid of honor. They're going to be one of the brides women, whatever they're called, right? They're just, I want it so bad, but it's just what it is. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be a realist here. And he comes back and says, Lamar time is coming. I have no doubt. Lamar time is right now. Like, Lamar Jackson's here. Back-to-back MVPs. People said he should have won one last year, whatever. Lamar Jackson's time is now. If anything, his window's closing faster than the Baltimore Ravens windows are closing because of his style of play. Look at Mike Vick. Mike Vick dominated the league for 4, 5, 6 years maybe? Granted, he went to prison for allegedly fighting dogs. I don't know if he did or not. But once you take away that speed, that burst, that ability, Michael Vick was not the same person at all, ever. Now, what is Lamar Jackson's biggest flaws? Short, intermediate passing games. He has touch on the deep ball. He can throw the deep ball. He runs an RPO very, 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 very well. He extends plays very, very, very well. He cannot hit the 5-yard outs, the 10-yard slants consistently. He is terrible at mediocre throws. And I don't know how you're going to fix that. Old Man River says it's all talk now. Game time will determine how it goes. Not wrong, brother. Not wrong. Raven76 Beatmore says, let's keep it real. You can say the same thing about Josh Allen as well. In years past, yes, you can say the same thing about Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills ran through Josh Allen. Josh Allen did great. They did great. He had a bad game. They played bad, right? However, last season, you saw Josh Allen kind of manage the game just a little bit more. Now, he is not there yet. Do not get it twisted. That is very, very real criticism. You are 100% correct, Raven76 B more. You are absolutely right. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson will not be able to win Super Bowls until they become game manager. Just not game managers, but just a little bit more game managers. Let other people help them out. Let James Cook help Josh Allen out. Let Derrick Henry help Lamar Jackson out, right? I meant Josh Allen. Just let your teammates help you, and then they could get to the promised land. Right now, the problem with the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills is that there's other teams out there that are better. The Kansas City Chiefs is a better team. From top to bottom, they're a better team. The Cincinnati Bengals, if their defense can come step up just a little bit, they have a better team. Who else in the AFC has a better team? The Chargers have a better team. Justin Herbert can step up a little bit more, stop sucking, and Ladd McConkey stop getting those bricks off his hands. There's better teams out there. Alpha Rob says, Josh Allen ran a lot less than he ever did last season. Exactly. Because he managed the game a little bit more. He felt like he did not have to take it over. Now, listen, there are times when athletes, quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson has to take games over. I believe it was overtime game at Cincinnati. He fumbled the snap. Everybody thought the Bengals won. He took that over. He took that play over. He took that overtime in his hands and said, I'm going to win this game. Man, that was such an amazing play. Like, I sat there, the Bengals won. Oh, no, they didn't. What just happened? Right? It just, right? There are times when players have to take games over. Alpha Rob, you know all about Patrick Mahomes taking games over for 13 seconds, right? But to get to those 13 seconds, that team kept Kansas City Chiefs in it. When the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, that team beat them. Not Joe Burrow, not Jamar Chase. The team did, right? Emphasis on the team. Team. Manage the game. Be a game manager. Game manager is not a bad term. Just wrap your head around that. Being a game manager is not a bad term. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you, manage it, and then take it over when you need it. Last play of the game. Beautiful. Man, that Lamar Jackson play was still beautiful. Beautiful. Sadie says the Bengals are still not as good as the Bills and the Ravens. Right now, Sadie, so I spoke on that series on my phone. I said Sadie and Siri came up. High five, my fault. But yes, Sadie, you are correct. Right now, the Bengals are terrible. The Bengals are terrible right now. And do you know why? Because they're trying to make Joe Burrow into what Lamar Jackson is for the Baltimore Ravens right now. Go out there and win us that game. Who cares about the defense? You could put up 40, 50, 60 points. Do your thing, boss. Think about this. When the Bengals were efficient last season, last 6, 7, 8 games of the season, they had a top 10 defense. They were winning games. They were managing the games. It wasn't one star. It is so double-edged sword, right? Raven 76 says, but why Josh Allen gets a pass and Lamar Jackson gets the criticism? No disrespect to Josh Allen, but with Lamar, it will never be enough. And to be fair, Ravens 76 here on the Man Hour, we give equal criticism to every player. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, they get equal criticism, right? However, I think a lot of people give Josh Allen passes is because he is not front page ESPN news. He is not front page this, and this, right? It is Lamar, then it's Josh Allen, right? It's just the facts are facts. If you watch ESPN, they try to push a narrative. For example, let's just say week 1 when the Ravens play the Buffalo Bills. Let's say Josh Allen goes out there and throws for 450 yards, 6 touchdowns, yada, 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 but they lose the game. Let's say Lamar Jackson only throws for 150, rushes for 60, but he leads a game-winning drive. And then the defense shuts down the Buffalo Bills. What is going to be front page news? it's going to be Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson. Now, let's flip that script. Let's say Lamar Jackson threw for 450 yards, 6 touchdowns, rushed for another 100. Josh Allen has a mediocre game, manages the game, throws for 200, rushes for 30, has 2 interceptions, yada, yada, yada. However, the Buffalo Bills win that game. Josh Allen leads a game-winning drive. The defense shuts down the Ravens, yada, yada, yada. The Bills win. What is going to be front-page news? Lamar Jackson threw for 500 yards. Lamar Jackson did this. Lamar Jackson did that. That's just the way it is. So therefore, when Lamar Jackson is consistently front-page news, this, and this, right? He is always going to get that criticism. And I was critical of Lamar Jackson because when he got drafted that night, he said, I'm going to bring a Super Bowl to Baltimore the first 5 years, right? The fans put him up on this pedestal. He hadn't even stepped foot on an NFL. He hadn't even got his helmet tried on yet. He didn't have a number. The fans put him up on this pedestal. God's greatest thing since sliced bread. I was like, whoa, slow down. Y'all need to take a chill pill. Let the man develop a little bit. But I was called a hater, this, and this. It's just, ever since then, that's why Lamar Jackson gets the criticism, is mainly because of the fans. In a roundabout way, that's what I said. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about the fans. The fans put Lamar Jackson up on this pedestal. Oh. Because if you think about this, last season, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, when the Ravens won, Lamar Jackson won. When the Ravens lost in the playoffs to the Kansas City Chiefs, to the Buffalo Bills, whoever they lost to, it was because Lamar Jackson didn't have a number 1 receiver, didn't have a defense, didn't have this, and this. Let's not overlook that Lamar Jackson didn't play bad. Played bad in the playoffs, right? But he didn't have this, and this. That's why there's so much criticism. Old Man River says, offensively, the Cincinnati Bengals are top 5 in the AFC.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Old Man River, you are offensively correct. However, there are 3 phases of a football game. There are special teams, there's offense, and then there's defense. When you're only good at one, the other 2 bring you down. When you're only good at one, and these 2 are not very good, you are a sub-500 team. When you're only good at 1, and you're only bad at 2, you miss the playoffs because Kansas City Chiefs tank against the Denver Broncos. So you can have the most high-flying offense in the entire NFL, but if your defense is giving up 40 points a game, crashing back down to reality. It is what it is. But yeah, you are correct. They are a top 5 offense for now. Alpha Rob says, Allen finally learned he doesn't have to be Superman versus the Jets and other bad teams. This is facts. Josh Allen is quickly understanding how to play the quarterback game correctly. Now, let me put my Kansas City glaze into it, right? Because that's what I do on the Man Hour. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I can talk about my Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, back in 2018, Patrick Mahomes did put up video-type game numbers. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs were putting up 40, 50, 60 points a game. Yes. And since then, he has slowed down. Since then, their offense has been mediocre at best. Since then, Patrick Mahomes has top 11, top 12 stats in the NFL. Yes, I get it. But you know what? He's winning, baby, because he is managing the game. Josh Allen is learning how to manage the game. I 100% expect Josh Allen to have a, quote, down year stat-wise this season. I 100% expect Josh Allen to maybe not even break 4,000 yards passing. Not even break 700 yards rushing. I fully expect that. Why? Because they're going to nickel and dime it down the field. He's going to manage the game, let the defense work, and bada bing, bada boom, we're going to see them in February. That is how good the Buffalo Bills are getting. That is how good Josh Allen is getting. Once Lamar Jackson does that, not worried about stats, not worried about MVP, worried about going into February, then we got a problem on our hands. But until then, one and done. Alpha Rob says, Allen gets criticized for losing versus Kansas City, but it's his defense. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. As a quarterback, as a coach, because most head coaches are offensive coordinators. If your offense is clicking, but your defense is getting ran over like a $2 whore, bada bing, bada boom, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it sucks, right? It sucks. But let's go ahead and move on, guys. Let's go ahead and move on because it is Thursday and it is time for Inferno Thursday. Do not have the graphic. But guys, welcome to Hot Seat Thursday, where the heat is on, the pressure is real. Every week we crank up the temperature on coaches, GMs, and even players who are one bag of game from chaos. Who's coaching for the jobs, who's about to get the pink slip, and which team is already making drastic moves to save their season. Tonight, guys, we're calling out coaches. I got 5 coaches that I think are on the hot seat right now. Buckle up, guys, because it's about to get fiery, and that's where we're going to start off first. We got to start off with the New York Giants head coach, Brian Daboll. As Hot Seat Thursday is back, guys, and this week the furnace is turned all the way up on Brian Daboll. The Giants coach who once rode high after being coach of the year his rookie season now finds himself in sinking ship. 2 losing seasons in a row, a franchise worst 3rd and 14 record last season. Fans are screaming for changes. The ownership's patience is running paper thin. But there's one potential get-out-of-free jail card this season, and that is rookie quarterback Jackson Dart. But guys, could Brian Daboll's last best hope to escape the inferno? Let's break it down, guys. Let's break it down. But before we break it down, we have to flashback. 2022, Brian Daboll's debut was electric. He guided the Giants to a 7-9-1 finish in this ending a year-long playoff drought and earning him AP NFL Coach of the Year. Woo. Rebuild my ass. Let's go to the playoffs, baby. But 2023, that's when it started all to unravel. The team regressed to 6-11, failing to make the playoffs, with injury and quarterback play undermining the process. 2024, last season, guys, they hit rock bottom. They had a franchise record 14 losses, including a 10-game losing streak. Big Blue broke records, and all for the wrong reasons. Desperate, this disaster ownership named John Mara chaos to pick up Daboll and Giants owned in 2025. Said, hey, you're okay. But guys, why is Brian Daboll on the hot seat? Coach of the year, now you rebuild. Why is he on the hot seat? Because he's had a terrible performance the last 3 seasons. He's 18-32-1 over 3 seasons. Capped by a 3-14 record in 2024, the worst one in Giants history. Guys, CBS ranks him as the head coach with the hottest seat entering 2025. PFF lists him as among the top 10 head coaches on the hot seat as well. He's got a brutal early season schedule. He must show improvement, especially on offense, to keep his job, which was among the worst in the league last season per PFS and Big Blue View. Guys, according to thescore.com, his seat is so hot, people are already predicting he's fired by week 3, unless a major turnaround happens. Guys, the city of New York, New Jersey, the New York Giants fan base had a survey. 65% of the fans disagreed with keeping him, calling his performance unacceptable in the New York Post. Others demand a full staff turnover after the 3-14 last season, per the Big Blue View. But look at this preseason. A potential lifeline. The man, the myth, the legend, Jackson freaking Dart, baby. Look at the man play right now. He's balling out. Guys, the preseason buzz, Dart has been turning heads. Strong stats, poise, and playing ahead of veteran backups and drills. Guys, let's just be honest. Russell Wilson is the placeholder. Now, Russell Wilson is the week 1 official starter. Russell Wilson's my quarterback. But the offense flunders. Fans in the media expect Brian Daboll to turn to Dart ASAP, much like he did with Josh Allen in Buffalo. But some expert opinions, let's use that term loosely, CBS Sports dictates that Brian's fate may hinge on Dart's in-season development. Because if Dart shines, it could shave Brian Daboll's job. But like I said, the guys, they got a brutal schedule. The Giants faced 7 opponents that made last year's playoffs in their first 12 games, meaning no margin for error. But here's my opinion, guys. Brian Daboll's seat is molten hot. Matter of fact, Brian Daboll doesn't even have a seat. He had his chance. Coach of the year in 2022, right? But in consecutive years of decline, they had drowned the goodwill. The 2025, guys, is especially his last shot. If Jackson Dart gets on the field and delivers hope, even flashes, this could shift the narrative. However, if the offense remains stagnant and losses start piling up, ownership should have no choice. But guys, what do you think? Should Brian Daboll be on the hot seat? Should Brian Daboll be fired if the Giants stumble out of the gate? Or could Jackson Dart step in mid-season and be just enough to save Brian Daboll's job? Guys, let me know in the comments down below. Do not forget the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and post your thoughts down below. This is a live, interactive show, so let's get into it. Sadie says, I think the Giants will finish 8-9 this season. Daboll's job will be safe. I don't think an 8-9 record saves Brian Daboll's job. Hindsight. Not knowing the context of the season, not understanding injuries, whatever, yada, 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 because I think injuries is going to be his scapegoat. I think Russell Wilson is going to be his scapegoat. If Russell Wilson plays the full season and they go 8-9 and Russell Wilson is a below average quarterback, he will have his job safe. However, if Russell Wilson plays out of his mind and they still go 8-9, Brian Daboll's gone. I think Brian Daboll is gone 100% at the end of the season. He should have been fired last year. Let's just be honest. There should have been no reason why they extended them. There should be no reason why he got a contract extension. There's absolutely, it's dumb. It's ass on his ass of 10, ass of 12. The worst thing that happened to Brian Daboll and the New York Football Giants was having success his first season. That was the worst thing that happened. Alpha Rob says it depends on how the Giants finish after they put Dart in. Jackson Dart will be the make or break. If they start 0-4, 1-3, Jackson Dart comes in. He gives them to a 500 record. He gets them to Sadie's 8-9 record there. I think he is safe then. Hey, we had a rookie quarterback, right? We started off really, really rough. We started off 0-4, and somehow we rattled off 8 wins. We played 7 playoff teams the first 10 games of the year, and Jackson Dart still rattled off 8 wins. Come on, man. This is why I'm here. Yeah. I think it all lies on Jackson Dart at the end of the day. That's just what it is. But Steelers Nation, the time to act has arrived. Mike Tomlin's legendary consistently is now under fire. The man has never had a losing season until now. That record means nothing, and the postseason remains in the graveyard and one and dones. He's more than just Mike Tomlin is more than just on the hot seat, guys. He is a full-blown inferno under him as of right now, unless he leads the Steelers to the playoffs and bags at least 2 postseason wins. His historic tenure could be a serious risk. So let's break it down why the legacy cannot save him this time. So, guys, the next coaching hot seat is the one and only Mike Tomlin. Now, since 2007, Mike Tomlin is 183, 107, and 2. He has never dipped below 500. That's 18 straight non-losing seasons, tied for the longest such streak to begin an NFL coaching career. But despite that consistency, guys, Mike Tomlin's playoff success has dried up. The Steelers haven't won a single postgame since 2016 in the divisional round. That's an 8-year playoff drought, one of the longest active in the NFL. In total, over his 18 career, Mike Tomlin is just 8-11 in the playoffs, with 14 of those postseason appearances ending in first round exits. That's tough. Makes sense. But with that being said, guys, the Steelers have made a bold $375 million investment in quarterback Aaron Rodgers. $3.75 million, I should say. Steelers legendary Ryan Clark admitted Tomlin is likely unfireable, but suggested after his losing postseason misses and changes time to scenery, it's time to benefit both parties. Despite restocking the roster, guys, with Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Ramsey, and other playoffs, the playoff success still eludes the team. reports from training camp, I should say, express frustration over unresolved issues. But guys, here's my thoughts. Mike Tomlin has to do two things in Pittsburgh to keep his job. For one, he has to lead the Pittsburghs back to the playoffs. Obviously, that is a given. 500, you have to go to the playoffs, and he has to win at least 2 games. Just making the playoffs in Pittsburgh will not cut it anymore. The drought of quick exits must end. If this team stumbles early or bombs out in the first round, regardless of the regular season record, it could be the final line in the sand. Guys, Mike Tomlin's legacy is incredible. But legacies don't matter if you can't win when it matters most. This is the year everything rides on playoff performance, not past honors. If the Steelers don't make a deep run, Tomlin's long golden era may finally fade into a series of what-ifs. Guys, Mike Tomlin's hot seat is hot, hot, hot. Pittsburgh Steelers Nation. Here we go, Nation. Steelers Nation, whatever you want to call it. They are pissed. They are ready to win. But what do you guys think? Should Mike Tomlin finally be on the chopping block if the Steelers flame out early, or does his body of work, always being over 500, still buy him one more season? Let's get into the comments, guys, and talk it out. Hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and do not miss a live show. We're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/manhour. So drop your hot takes below. We're heating up the seat together. Is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat or no? Sadie says the Steelers will finish 6-11 and win the division. Sadie, I agree with you. I think they are a 10-11 win team. I 100% agree with you. However, AFC North Championship, wildcard game, it doesn't matter. If they're one and done in the playoffs, if they make it to the playoffs and they are one and done, Mike Tomlin has to go. They have to go. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals. Who was that black coach that they had? Help me out, guys. Bengals black coach. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was just happy, just enough making it to the playoffs with Carson Palmer and Ocho Cinco. Hey, we made the playoffs. My job is good. We good. Finally, they was like, we've had enough. Clean house. Ocho's gone. Palmer's gone. Coach is gone. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. Marvin Lewis. There you go. Thank you, Alpha Rob. Once Marvin Lewis was gone, yeah, they had some dark years. They had some really bad years. Hell, I don't even remember the coach between Marvin Lewis and Zach Taylor. They probably had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, right? It was Cleveland Brown bad for a long, long time. But guess what? You have to get bad to get good. You have to get bad to get good. And the Steelers might be in that boat right now. They might have to get bad to get good. He's on the hot seat. Has to be. But Old Man River says Tomlin's job is safe because of consistency.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Old Man River, you're a wise old man. You're 60-some-odd years old, being Canana boy outside of a pool, fanning your old lady. Are you good, honey? Do you need a mango margarita? In your wide old age, Old Man River, if you consistently just date a woman year after year after year, you and this lady have been together for 10, 12, 13 years, like at this particular point. You started dating when you're 15. You date until you're about 30 now, right? All of her friends are getting married and having babies. And you guys are still just dating. Yeah, you live together. You act like you're married. You act like you're very, very happy, going for a long time. Every time you have the conversation about, hey, we should probably get married. Yeah. How long is that girl going to stay around? Legitimately. Sadie, you are a woman. Would you stay around if you've been dating a guy since you're 15 years old, now you're 30? Oh, yeah. Come on, man. It's time to shit or get off the pot time. That's where the Pittsburgh Steelers are at. Alpha Rob says, if he gets 9 wins, he's usually safe. Like, usually, not anymore, baby. It's time to turn over the leaf in Pittsburgh. Turn that leaf over. Sadie says, I think they'll lose to the Dolphins in the wild card round. Whoa, Sadie. Hold my beer, girl, because the Miami Dolphins are not going to the playoffs. No how, no way are the Miami Dolphins going to the playoffs because the next coach on the hot seat is Mike McDaniels. Dolphins fans, this is your final warning. Everybody wake up. Look at that hot seat. Mike McDaniels is sitting on the hot seat and has turned nuclear hot. After a promising start, the magic quickly faded. Regular season success isn't enough anymore. This year, he must go to the playoffs or he is out. There's no debate about it. Let's break down the Miami Dolphins offense, gurus, and top-notch coaches in danger. He must deliver to survive. Guys, Mike McDaniels came to the Miami Dolphins in 2022, made his head coaching debut, and led the Dolphins to a 9-8 record. In their first playoff berth since 2016, a strong offensive showing earned him an early extension. 2023, they actually improved to 11-6. They secured yet another playoff spot again, but a wild card loss extended the postseason win drought. And then 2024, the wheels came off. The Dolphins dropped to 8-9, missed the playoffs, and yet ownership voiced full support. Should have been fired, but let's just be honest, but it is what it is. Matter of fact, Mike McDaniels only has one win over a winning team over his last 3 years as the Miami Dolphins head coach. And with that, he still holds a winning record of 28-23 over the last 3 seasons with 0 postseason victories. Now, once a celebrated offensive guru, Mike McDaniel is now viewed as one of the first head coaches who should be fired this season. Entering the 2025 season, guys, external analysts ranked Mike McDaniel's coaching staff lower nationally than any other team out there. AKA, they have one of the worst coaching staffs in the entire NFL. They have huge locker room issues, reports of internal dysfunction between mega players like Tua and Tyreek Hill, despite their $310 million combined contracts have just added pressure to the Miami Dolphins. And they've had historic failures, guys. Miami hasn't won a playoff game since 2000. Despite Mike McDaniel's attempts to ingrain the urgency in ending the drought, the mark remains failure. Guys, what does Mike McDaniel have to do to keep his job? What does he have to do? It's simple as this. Anything less than another wild card flameout or slow start could end his tenure. Ownership and fans are watching. The Dolphins need a postseason success and not a flashy offense. They need to win in the postseason, period. Guys, Mike McDaniel brought new life to Miami with an invented offense and early wins. But time's up with the experiment. The playoff drought drags on, internal disputes simmer, and the offense needs to survive on and off paper. This season is surely do or die test for Mike McDaniel. If it fails to deliver, the Dolphins will move on. It's simple as that. He has to move on. Guys, ever since Mike McDaniels has taken leadership of the Miami Dolphins, they have been worse than a high school team. Now, I know I'm not all about age or whatever, but he's a very, very young guy. He's greenhorn, wet behind the ears. Hell, he has still snot running out of his nose. He cannot control superstars. Get him out of town. Miami Dolphins. If he does not win a wild card game or a postseason game in general, a playoff game, get him out of town. But people, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? In the comments below. Should Mike McDaniels be fired if the Miami Dolphins do not return to the playoffs, or does his track record buy him more time? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and join us live Monday through Thursday, right here at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Sadie says the Dolphins will finish 9-8 and beat the Steelers in the wild card round, and then lose to the Chiefs in the divisional round. So she's saying Mike McDaniel's job is safe because they're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round. That is what they're going to have to do. They are going to have to win a playoff game for Mike McDaniel to keep his job. I don't care about AFC victory. I don't care about 11, 12, 13 win season. I don't care any of that. He has to win a playoff game. Because Tyreek Hill is about to explode that team up if he doesn't control them quick. Alpha Rob says Mike McDaniel is done if the Fins don't make the playoffs, and they won't. He'll be fired. He will be fine. Tua will be gone. He'll be traded in the rebuild time. Old Man Rivers is true. Says, preach it, Alpha Rob. I know. We're going to keep on going, boys. We're going to keep on going. The radio's like, we're done. I don't care. I don't care. We done. We're not done. You know why? Because John Harbaugh is up next. That is the next coach that is on the hot seat. Yes, I understand. Baltimore Ravens fans, it is time to hear the truth. It is time to hear the truth, Baltimore Ravens fans. John Harbaugh, the longtime leader in Baltimore, is officially on the hot seat. Yes, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. I get it. Yes, he has built a culture of consistency, but the Ravens' Super Bowl window is closing fast. And John Harbaugh isn't holding it open. After years of playoff disappointments, this season is the AFC Championship or bust. Let's break down John Harbaugh's legacy, where things have fallen and where things have fallen short, and what he must do to keep his job. Now, obviously, guys, he has been a great coach in Baltimore. 2008, he was hired as the Ravens head coach. Immediately built a redemption for the toughness and consistency in Baltimore. In 2012, he hit the peak. Joe Flacco, John Harbaugh led the Baltimore Ravens to a victory in Super Bowl XLV11, cementing him in his franchise legacy. 2018 to 2012 transitioned to Lamar Jackson as QB1, built a new system around his MVP talent, returning Baltimore to contender status. 2023, they reached the AFC Championship game, but fell short, losing against the Chiefs 17-10. And then, yes, it goes on, 2024, another postseason failure. Lost to the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round. Despite an MVP season from Lamar Jackson, lose that term loosely, right? One of the most talented rosters in the NFL, they still shit the bed. His overall record, Harbaugh owns a record of 172-104 and a 13-11 playoff record, but only one Super Bowl appearance in 17 years. But guys, the seat is sizzling hot because Lamar Jackson is in his prime. Derrick Henry is aging, and the defense is definitely looking pretty damn good. This roster is built to win right now. Not in 2 years, not in 5 years, right now. And with the recent playoff failures, with the recent playoffs non-success, it is time to potentially shake it up. They've had great regular seasons, but it means nothing if you keep falling short in January. Fans are tired of being close, but not good enough. Harbaugh did sign an extension to 2028, but extensions don't mean guaranteed job security when expectations are not met. Now, the fan base is growing restless. Let's just be honest. Our boy, WBN, he gets upset. But in Baltimore, one Super Bowl ring from 2012 does not keep the seat cool forever. The fan base expects a deep run this season. Listen, guys, let's be real. Let's be real. The Ravens window isn't wide open anymore. Matter of fact, it's slamming shut. You got Lamar Jackson, a two-time NFL MVP, playing the best football of his life. You got Derrick Henry in the backfield, and he's not getting any younger. You do got a number one wide receiver. You got a defense that is stacked with talent, but won't stay this deep forever. How many chances do you guys think John Harbaugh is going to get to be a one and done or an early exit playoff team? You can't keep coming up short in January and pretending next year will magically be different. The Chiefs are still the king of the AFC. The Bills are hunting. The Bengals are looking, and the Steelers are right there as well. And now teams like the Texans are rising fast. The Broncos are rising fast. The Raiders and the Chargers, they're not far behind. If the Ravens don't break through this year, when is it going to happen? This is the moment. This is a season. If Harbaugh can't lead them to the AFC Championship game, and then maybe he is no longer the guy that can get them over the hump, because the window doesn't stay open forever. They slam shut. And once it's shut, it is shut. But my stand, guys, John Harbaugh is on the hot seat. John Harbaugh has to make a deep playoff run. John Harbaugh has to win the AFC Championship game this year at minimum to keep his job. Anything less, another divisional round loss, another one and done, this conversation shifts from a great coach for his time for a new voice. Harbaugh doesn't need another playoff berth. He doesn't need another regular season divisional title. He needs Baltimore to brink of the Super Bowl and honestly to the Super Bowl itself to prove that he can still lead this franchise in the toughest of conference in football. Guys, John Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in Ravens history. He's consistent, he's respected, and he's already a championship. And he's already a champion. But the football is what have you done for me now lately mentality. The Ravens have the roster to win right now. If they don't at least make the AFC Championship game, I think it's time for John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens to move on. The window is closing and Harbaugh has to prove he's the guy to keep it open. But what do you guys think? Should John Harbaugh be gone for the Ravens if they do not make the AFC Championship game this season? Or has he earned enough credit to ride out the window? Post your comments down below. Alpha Rob says John is gone because no one is going to blame Lamar Jackson when he chokes like he did in the AFC Championship game versus Kansas City Chiefs, when the Ravens gave up 0 points in the second half. Preach, brother, preach. We just spoke about this, half hour ago. Lamar Jackson is not a good postseason quarterback. And a lot of that is because of John Harbaugh's offense. Right there. That guy right there. Yep, him. Boop. Trickle him up. You can have all these great regular season accolades. But when you're 13-11 in the postseason, but over 600 or 700 in the regular season, something's wrong. Something's wrong. That seed is hot, hot, hot. But old man Rich says, it's not hot. This is crap. It's not hot at all, brother. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. Because you know who is upset right now? You know who is really, really mad? Indianapolis Colts fans, that is. They are hot. They are missed. They are pissed at Shane Steichen's seat, and his seat is officially hot in Indianapolis. Guys, after back-to-back years of mediocrity and questions around quarterback development, the excuses are gone. This year is simple. Make the playoffs or you're done. No debate. Let's break down Shane Steichen's jerky and why the pressure is on and why he must deliver to survive in Indy right now. So, guys, my fifth coach on the hot seat is the one and only Shane Steichen. Now, I understand he's entering his third season. In 2023, he was hired as the 21st coach of the Indianapolis Colts history after coordinating the Eagles' high-powered offense that reached the Super Bowl. In year one, the Colts finished 9-8, missing the playoffs, but showed flashes of progress despite rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson being sidelined with injuries. Last season, they digressed a little bit. Regressed, as they say. 8-9. But once again, missed the postseason. Quarterback uncertainty and unproven offense plays left fans frustrated. Now, I understand he has an overall record of 17-17, but with 0 playoff appearances, Colts fans expect him to bring the same offensive power he showed in Philly. That has yet to translate in Indy. Guys, the quarterback issues in Indy are the reason why Shane Steichen is on the hot seat. Steichen was brought in to mold Anthony Richardson into a franchise quarterback. Injuries and inconsistency have derailed the plan, and now the Colts have caught between developing Richardson or relying on veteran stopgapers, a.k.a. Daniel Jones. Now, the Colts haven't been back to the postseason since 2020, and Shane Steichen was supposed to change that. But after 2 years, he has not delivered. The offense lacks identity. The fan base is impatient. But guys, let's be real. Time is up in Indy. The Colts hired Shane Steichen because he was supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. He was supposed to be the guy to take Anthony Richardson raw talent and turn him into a superstar. But here we are. 2 years in, and the Colts are stuck in neutral. No playoffs, no signature wins, and a quarterback that is a bitch. Let's just be honest. Anthony Richardson is weak-minded, and he just taps out. And the AFC, guys, is completely loaded. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, CJ Stroud. You don't get to waste years of hoping it clicks. The window doesn't wait. Every year you do not compete, you for farther and farther behind. If Shane Steichen does not get his team into the postseason 2025, the Colts have no choice but to move on. The clock is ticking. The excuses have run out. But my standard, my thought process, the way Shane Steichen can keep his job, make the playoffs, period. Wild card berth at minimum. Anything less of his offensive guru label means nothing in Indianapolis no more. He doesn't need a Super Bowl run. He doesn't need to prove his franchise is heading. He just needs to prove that his franchise is heading forward. Not stuck in neutral. Hell, not stuck in reverse. Guys, Shane Steichen was brought in hope, and when he arrived, his resume said he could build an explosive offense and elevate quarterbacks. The football is result business. 2 years, 0 playoff appearance, and middle-of-the-road offense aren't cutting it. Matter of fact, they're the below middle-of-the-road offense. In my eyes, 2025 is do-or-die season. No playoffs, no future in ending. Period. But what do you guys think? If the Colts do not make the playoffs in 2025, should Shane Steichen be fired? Or do you think he deserves more time to finish what he started? Drop your comments down below. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with a couple friends because sharing is caring at the end of the day. Sadie says, I'm not a Ravens fan, but I'll admit I think the Ravens with the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. And then Sadie says the Colts will finish 6-11. That is tough. That is tough. If he is 6-11, he gets fired. If they go 6-11, Daniel Jones is gone. Anthony Richardson gone. Chris Ballard's gone. They clean in house, baby. They clean in house. Omen River says fact, and Richardson is a bust. Yeah, Richardson just needs a new home. He needs a new home. Alpha Rob says the guy has nothing to work with, and he's done. And he's done because they picked Mr. I'm a tired. Mr. I'm tired. Meaning Anthony Richardson. Meaning he's tired of that. I'm tired. Facts. Facts, 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 facts. But guys, speaking of facts, it is time for a little bit of fact and a little bit of crap. As we wind down today's show, guys, we're not quite done just yet. In this final segment of Fact or Crap, here's the deal. I'm going to throw out some bold statements, some facts that are floating around the NFL world, and it's up to us to decide if it's a solid fact or if it's a whole lot of crap. We're going to separate the truth from the nonsense, cut through the hype, and see what's really worth believing. If it's legit, we're all about it. If it's pure garbage, we're calling it out. So, guys, kick up your feet because it's about to get real. It's time for a fact or a whole lot of crap. Let's find out. And the first fact or crap of the day, guys, is Mr. Kenny Pickett and the Cleveland Browns. So, guys, the question is fact or crap? Should Kenny Pickett be traded from the Cleveland Browns? Will he be traded from the Cleveland Browns, I should say. Now, here's a situation in Cleveland, right? Joe Flacco has already won the week 1 starting job. That quarterback competition that we all thought was a competition. Truth was, it was not a competition. But that's right. Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco is QB1 to start the season. Behind him, you got Deshaun Watson. By all accounts, is looking stronger and sharper every single day in camp. Hell, Deshaun Watson might come back this season. And they drafted 2 rookies this season, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And suddenly this quarterback room is packed to the ceiling. You can probably only keep 3. And they got 5 on the roster. Hell, we got 6 on the roster. Let's not forget about Snoop Huntley, right? But let's talk about how Kenny Pickett spots where his spot is in all this. Now, he is listed as a backup to Joe Flacco for now. But let's just be honest. The Browns aren't built to carry 4 quarterbacks for long. Injuries have already made this mess complicated. Kenny Pickett's hamstring slowed him down during training camp. Gabriel and Sanders both have dings of their own. And the staff had to struggle just to get through camp. But here's a kicker. If the Browns feel good about the health of the 2 rookies and Pickett gets through his own recovery without setbacks, it suddenly becomes easy to imagine him being the odd man out. The front office has to think long-term here. Are we going to develop Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders or worry about Kenny Pickett that's currently been kind of deemed a bust? And if he stays, it's risk of clogging up the growth of those other rookies who were drafted for the future. The more you look at it, guys, the more the writing is on the wall. So is it fact or is it crap that the Browns will trade Kenny Pickett? Guys, I'm calling this one a fact. Joe Flacco is the guy. Deshaun Watson is regaining his form. I've seen it. He looks pretty good. The Cleveland invested in two rookies that they want to see the go, and that leaves Kenny Pickett the odd man out. And in my eyes, it's just a matter of time before he gets moved on. But guys, what do you think? Will the Browns actually pull the trigger and deal Kenny Pickett, or will they stash him on depth chart, risking slow down their rookies? Comment down below and let me hear your thoughts. A little bit of fact and a little bit of crap. Old Man River says it is fact. He says, I love me some Kenny Pickett in Las Vegas, though. Bring Kenny Pickett over to Las Vegas. He can replace Geno Smith in a couple years. Fact, baby. And Alpha Rob says, you know what? That's even bigger fact. Let's trade Josh Allen to get Kenny Pickett. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yes, I think we all kind of know that Kenny Pickett is the odd man out. The writing has to be on the wall. However, would it not be the most Cleveland thing ever to roster 3 quarterbacks in the game, meaning Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and then have Dylan Gabriel as their emergency quarterback so they can keep all 4? Wouldn't that be the most Cleveland Brown thing ever? And Old Man River says, not to pat myself on the back, but I think somebody called Joe Flacco the week 1 starter. Got to give credit where credit is due, Old Man River. Yes, and you absolutely did call that.
Big skin pun. Get you some.
Give that man a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. But the next factor crap of the day. And the next factor crap, guys, is right around the corner, and it is all about Kirk Cousins. So, guys, factor crap. Will Kirk Cousins be traded? Now, here is where this stands. Kirk Cousins landed with the Atlanta Falcons last season, but let's not sugarcoat this. It's already looking like a partnership is running out of gas. The Falcons went out and drafted their future quarterback the same year that they picked up Kirk Cousins. And while he's still a capable veteran, feels like the odd piece in the puzzle. We've seen this story before. A veteran quarterback signs up on a stopgap, but once the franchise finds his long-term answer, the clock starts ticking. Atlanta Falcons have young weapons around them. They're trying to build something fresh, and Kirk Cousins' presence and his contract just doesn't fit into the picture anymore. From a roster building standpoint, it actually looks more like much more tons of sense for Atlanta to shop him out, get him out of town. He still has value to a team looking for a stable veteran presence. Thinking of quarterback-needy teams with playoff aspirations who just need someone reliable to steady the ship. And let's be real, Cousins has always been that guy. Reliable, steady, and not an elite needle mover who carries a team on his back. He's a game manager. The biggest question is whether the Atlanta Falcons want to hang on for his death or cash in now while he's still for trade value. Keeping him risks slowing down the development of their younger quarterback, let's just be honest, but that's not the road you want when you go down when your future is sitting right there in front of you. So, guys, there's a factor crap that Kirk Cousins will be traded from the Atlanta Falcons. This one I'm calling fact as well. Guys, Kirk Cousins is more valuable to another team than he is to the Atlanta Falcons right now. With the direction the Falcons are heading, it feels only a matter of when, not if, they pull the trigger. But what do you think? Guys, is Kirk Cousins done in Atlanta, or will the Falcons hold on to him as an insurance just in case their young quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., fails this season? Comment down below and let's hear your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Old Man River says, crap. Crap, he says. Crap. Huh. Alpha Rob says, trade him to the Saints. He still wants to start, and the Saints need a quarterback. Makes the most sense. We've been talking about this all offseason. The Steelers, the Saints, the Vikings still make sense. The Panthers still make sense. They have Andy Dalton, but whatever. But yes, trade him to a team like the Vikings, like the Saints. Hell, you could probably throw in the Cowboys in there. I don't know. I don't know. But Old Member says Curtin still has gas in the tank. He might have gas in the tank, but I think it's a little stale. I think it's stale. But guys, that is it for today's show, guys. Thank you for joining us today. As always, remember, we're live, raw, and uncut, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. East Coast time. We'll be back Saturday at 9 p.m. doing a little preview show, trying to get that ironed out. But until then, guys, we are out.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you ready for more. They on the field, ready for war. Who's in the lead? I'm checking the score. We about to do it like never before. NFL live, uncut, raw. This is Man Hour NFL Talk. Let's go.